What? Make up your fucking mind, dude. Is something moving back there or not?
This route avoids road closures in 1 mile. You are on the fastest route. You should reach your destination by 5:48 a.m.
All that stuff there. We got like 50 or 60, but the same ones.
Pretty weird.
They said there's 150 in there.
Wow.
150.
Are they just automated?
We'll go through it after the show.
That doesn't seem real.
I know. Well, we got a dumb system too, so it doesn't necessarily rotate them evenly the way it's supposed to. So I'm sorry. We actually have people that make these things all the time, and we're supposed to be trying to keep them fresh and everything. I just feel like I hear the same ones. Right. It is a Tuesday morning. It's October the 24th, 2023. I'm Woody. That's Ray. There's Greg Gorey. Hi. We got Menace.
What up?
He is the birthday boy.
Hi.
You're 4 days away if you're keeping track. 4 days away from Menace's actual birthday.
Oh my god.
We've been celebrating Menace's birthday for the entire month of October. There is Seabass. We got Sammy. As you heard, there's Bort and Caroline doing their thing in the Woody Show production department. Morgan is here. Vaughn is here. Phones are open at 877-44-WOODY. That's 877-44-WOODY. Got some of the trending news headlines to get to here this hour. Greg Gorey's putting the final touches on those. And then I want to share this. This Gen Z woman has gone viral because her 9-to-5 job is making her sad.
Oh.
It's her first job out of college.
Oh, you poor thing.
To the city by train, and it's, quote, taking forever.
Yeah, no shit.
And I would say that the people in the comments are divided, but it is not divided. I have some of the comments, like if you see the video and you are like her, or you're listening to her going, oh my god, do yourself a favor.
Don't read the comments.
They are not on her side. And honestly, they're not very helpful. You know, it's just people commiserating and not necessarily, nothing constructive.
Well, I mean, what can you say to her? Hey, get used to it. You
Right,
got
I mean,
40 more years.
Yeah, you got 40 more years of this shit, dude.
Here's what she said.
This is my first job, like my first 9-to-5 job after college, and I'm in person, and I'm commuting in the city, and it takes me forever to get there. I get on the train at 7:30, and I don't get home till like 6:15 earliest.
Oh,
and
no.
I don't have time to do anything. I want to shower, eat my dinner, and go to sleep. I don't have time or energy to cook my dinner either. Like, I don't have energy to work out. Like, that's out the window. Like, I'm so upset. Oh my god. Nothing to do with my job at all, but just like the 9-to-5 schedule in general is crazy. Being in the office 9-to-5, like if it was remote, you get off at 5 and you're home and everything's fine. But like, I'm not home. It takes me long to get home.
Takes you an hour.
And I know it could be worse. I know I could be working longer, but like, I literally get off, it's pitch black. Like, I don't have energy. How do you have friends?
Oh,
like,
sweetheart.
I have time to like
I get off, it's
like
pitch
a guy.
black.
I don't know, like, how do you have time for like dating? Like, I don't have time for anything, and I'm like so stressed out. Am
are
I so
choosing to do
dramatic?
this.
It's fine.
Okay.
After hearing it, I'm a little more sympathetic. Like, I kind of.
I mean, I totally get
I
it.
totally get it.
And it was interesting because this came up this morning, and I literally just had a conversation with somebody yesterday about this, and a lot of it is time management.
Sure.
And how to, like...
It's something she has to learn.
And it's something that I had to commit to, of figuring out, okay, what are my... During the week, I understand, like, the work week is the work week, and you have work, which takes up a big chunk of your time.
Takes up the bulk of the time.
You have a job. All right, so other than that, what are my personal priorities? Well, I had to figure out a way to prioritize with the weird hours that we have and everything else. So that was like a priority. And then, you know, my wife has her priorities. You know, she wants like some time together to like actually sit. We don't even have to like have some big deep conversation or whatever. Just it's
hang out.
Chunk of time where it's like if there is something to discuss or just to, you know, hang out and conversate about something, there was that. And obviously kids and everything else in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
But you like Bort prioritized his schedule a little bit differently than I do mine. But anyway, it's a time management thing. There's not a lot of time during the week for sure.
Right.
Exactly.
And I think that's the thing. Like with someone coming out of college, you're coming off of like childhood and college.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where it's like I tell my kids all the time, man. Like, dude,
Enjoy it now.
yeah.
Oh, they don't.
They don't realize. And I didn't either.
They don't. No, nobody. No kid
I
does.
enjoy a lot of the freedom of being an adult, but what I do miss is the carefree,
Absolute
no
zero
responsibilities.
fuss.
Summer's off.
Summers, yeah. My son just had a fall break. What?
Wow.
Right.
He's gonna be off for Thanksgiving. On top of that, and on top of that, gonna be off for Christmas. What?
I know. It's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just not. It's not as easy when you're an adult and you got responsibilities and everything else. Now, again,
She'll figure it out.
some of these are just not helpful. Like Gen Z needs to collectively move up into management positions and then collectively enforce the 4-day work week.
Good luck with that.
Honestly, we're so here for that.
Who isn't here for a
I know.
4-day work
I mean, the
week?
rest of the world is just not America.
I know, right?
I had a crisis when I got my first 9-to-5 job. Literally, I couldn't believe this was like.
Well,
This is
it's a
so
harsh reality.
this is so real, and anytime I bring it up, everyone just kind of shrugs and says, "Welcome to the real world."
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And none of those comments constructive. But then there was this one, kind of what we're just talking about. You are not alone. You will find a schedule that works for you, girly.
Okay.
Oh,
wow.
girly.
I was like this one. You're living your life right now, just like all previous generations have. You're not special. Want to have more time to do stuff? Try getting the F off TikTok. That was pretty fun.
That's a valid point. She had time to make that.
Right.
Well,
But I mean, was she
I mean-
commuting when she did it?
maybe, probably. You have to kill some time some way.
Yeah.
Well, I was having
Because of our schedule and how stupid it is.
Yeah,
It's the worst. But do you know who helped me actually was, of all people, Rob Dyrdek. You might know him from Ridiculousness. I know him from like pro
So you're gonna
skateboarding, but he
keep
has a
going,
podcast
or are you
about
gonna slow
time
down?
management
Because
because
I
he
feel
has
like you're
so
gonna
many
slow
different
down.
companies
Yeah.
and how to have that work-life balance. And I listened to him a couple times. He has like clips on social media.
Yeah.
I found it super helpful on how to have some extra free time during the week and
Right.
be able to do my job.
Yeah. I find like, again, I think sometimes like with our schedule, our day is just shifted. And people call the same way they'll say to us like, oh my God, you're done at like,
Yeah.
you're off the air at 10, but you're home by like whatever. Oh, did you?
You have the whole day.
We got up the same time they did and have the same amount of energy that they do to then, have this life where you stay up until 11 o'clock at night and then get up and go to work at 2 o'clock in the morning, which is not the case. It's a day, but it's shifted early.
Right, exactly.
So if you wake up at 7, ours is 5 hours shifted backwards to 2. Arnold Schwarzenegger, of all people, did an interview recently, and I thought this was pretty good. He was talking about how he thinks going through a bit of struggle is key to becoming a strong person. He says that people bathe themselves too much and are creating a generation of wimps and weak people. This is almost separate from what I'm talking about, and that's not it. But he says the more you struggle, the further you're going to go, the stronger you're going to get. The human mind can only really grow through resistance. You can only strengthen your character and become a really strong person inside if you have resistance. He says, quote, let's go and teach these kids to be tough, to do sports, to study, to struggle, to go through these kind of painful moments sometimes. And I was thinking about that separately, but after I heard some of this other stuff, and it got me thinking about it after my conversation with with someone yesterday. Everybody, like, dude, I'm struggling big time right now. Ravi came in this morning to try to get my blood pressure.
That's right.
For this thing that I'm doing. I'm like, today's not the day. Like,
It's like I'm stressed.
I got my own struggles going on. Like, everybody's got their struggle. Everybody's struggle is different. And as much as, like, it was a thing to figure out, those other things that I figured out, like for my own schedule report, figured out for his stuff, when we are now talking specifically about this, like, once you figure it out, it feels really good. It feels good that you navigated that. Yeah. I was just giving it a lot of thought yesterday, and then all of a sudden this thing popped up today. I'm like, what?
See, when you described her, I thought, oh, jeez, like, get used to it, girl. And then you hear the clip. Well, you can hear
You
her
can
emotion.
definitely hear.
I'm not saying it's not real for her.
Right.
That's her reality right now.
Right.
But like you
Yes.
said, she'll figure it out.
And
Yeah,
she
she'll
said,
figure it out.
well, I know I can have the words. Like, she realizes.
Yeah.
It is not easy.
Yeah. It's an adjustment for sure.
Right.
But everybody's got their own things going on. Everybody struggles. It's just a matter of, are you willing to, figure that struggle out? Do what you need to do in order to figure that struggle out. And it doesn't matter. Like, it's not all about money, or it's not all about necessarily time. There can be other things that are going on that are impeding your ability to. I don't want to say compartmentalize, but like at least take it step by step. Like some people I think get overwhelmed about the entire thing because you're looking at, like, you ever have 1,000 things to do and you don't know where to start? Same kind of thing.
Yeah, it's analysis
When that
paralysis.
happens, I just kind of lay in bed and just go on TikTok.
Shit,
It's
dude.
really high.
I just get really high.
And these cookies out of the
Crackhead.
garbage.
Like, I'll just do it later.
We'll get to it.
Yeah.
But with the Rob Dyrdek thing, sorry, real quick, it's just like a really simple thing. It's like, okay, let's say, I do a podcast with a bunch of our ex-coworkers. I'll only do it on this day at this time. And if I can't do it that day at that time,
Doesn't happen.
then it just doesn't happen. And because then I won't push it back to another day, and then I'll get overwhelmed because I'll have other things to do.
So I'm with Greg. I do have that because she just hasn't figured that out yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's ways to look. You can figure. There's so much that is within your control. You can figure things out, but you have to, go through. It's a process.
It is.
And
The other thing, hearing the clip, she's not wrong.
No, not
You get home when it's pitch black, you're up early, and
yeah,
it's not easy.
but you're also not alone.
Right.
And that's the thing. Like, you are not alone. Everybody's going through the
Right.
same thing. Other people have 2 and 3 jobs.
Sure.
And it's just a matter of prioritizing. And like Menace was talking about that priority of the podcast stuff that he's doing or whatever. That find whatever those things are, and you hard schedule those into, and then everything else revolves around that.
And if it's financially feasible, she can try to move closer to work, if possible.
Yeah, depending on, I don't know what the city is, but she says the city. Typically that's New York. Because people who are in New York or in that area, they don't say into New York, they say in the city.
To the city.
Other people will say like, oh, I got to go into, and then whatever the city is.
Right.
She can't afford to live there right now.
Right.
Nor can most people.
Yeah. Anyway, so based on a couple things, I thought this thing came up today. I'm like, man, this is some kind of, I know Sammy believes in all that weird science stuff, the universe or whatever, talking or whatever. I just figured like this would be a good thing to kind of bring up. Number one, to let people know they're not alone. Number two, to try to help and get some perspective or whatever from other folks. And
Are we still in retrograde or what? What's going on?
No, we're not currently.
Oh, damn.
It's not. Oh, okay. But that's
No,
just.
that's good.
okay, that's good.
Okay.
But typically, isn't that like that's just like electronics and stuff, right? That affects.
Well, it's communication and stuff like that. Yeah, it affects a bunch of different things. But it is technology, communication.
That's what I thought. And of course, I mean,
And
Woody, you're all about it.
It is affecting the technology here on
Sure.
Earth. Yeah, for sure.
Blame a planet.
Well, it's in retrograde.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying, Greg?
yes, and I know what that means.
I 100% know
All right,
what
we
that
gotta,
means.
Take a quick break. And by the way, one thing that I cannot, and I say this, and if I can talk about a struggle or whatever, I figured out time stuff. I've not figured out weight stuff, or working out stuff, or eating properly stuff.
Dude, that's because you have ADD.
Like, I know what to do, I know what I need to do, or whatever. It's just a matter of like getting to it. And trust me, it frustrates me and it pisses me off and everything else. And people go, well, just do it.
Just do it already.
Because we're obsessed with losing weight and eating.
And I understand that, right?
Exactly.
And so when people say that, I know they're trying to be helpful and everything else. So while I'm sitting here saying like, well, you got to prioritize. You got like, I understand it's easier said than done sometimes, but as someone who's gone through at least the time part, I've been doing this schedule for God knows how many years at this point. It took forever, but I figured out what works for me, right? And so now that I figured that out, I'm like, man, it feels really good. Maybe that's where people are talking about like, oh, nothing tastes as good as skinny feels. I argue you haven't eaten the right stuff. That's my argument.
It's like going up to a smoker. That's bad for you. They know.
Have you been to John George's at Aria Casino?
What is wrong with you fucking
The
people?
sushi.
If you were gonna go fucking 80, why didn't you just go fucking 80?
Yeah.
Try that.
Why did we have to dick around at 75 until I fucking passed you?
Have you tried that? I guarantee being fat is not a bad trade-off for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so anyway, while I understand one part, at the same time I can't get it together on the other. So, this is lost, but you're not alone. That's the whole point of it. We're gonna take a quick break. News headlines coming up for you. That'll be next after the break. Greg Gore, I think, is ready to go on that.
Yeah.
It's the Woody Show.
Don't go anywhere. The Woody Show will be right back. All 98.7. LA's new alternative.
All 98.7 brings you
iHeartRadio.
Alter Ego 2024.
Presented by Capital One.
Saturday, January 13th at the Honda Center.
In Anaheim. Don't miss.
1975.
The Black Keys. 30 Seconds to Mars.
Bush.
Sum 48.
What?
Lovely, the band.
The Last Dinner Party.
Capital One cardholder pre-sales today at 10 a.m. Evermore, the 1975.
The Black Keys. 30 Seconds to Mars.
Bush, Sum 41, Mellow Car. Lovely, the band, The Last Dinner Party.
The biggest live rock experience on the planet.
Perhaps the entire solar system.
All 98.7. LA's new alternative.
Alternative.
Capital One cardholders, get ready because you can purchase Alter Ego tickets before anyone else, starting today at 10 a.m. Pacific. Plus, add a Capital One access pass to your pre-sale purchase to attend an exclusive pre-concert event with a private performance from the Black Keys. Only available during the cardholder pre-sale for 48 hours or while pre-sale tickets last. Tickets go fast. Be sure to get yours at
Time SoCal's only 24/7 connection. KNX News 97.1 FM.
The Chasing Business Premier Card is made for people who make things happen. Like me. I'm Sam Relief. Use as directed.
This day in rock, sponsored by Mucinex Fast Max. 95.5 KLOS.
You know, that ain't nothing but gangsta body.
93.5 K-Day. These streets, back in the day.
Yeah,
Stop looking at what you're wearing, guys. Start looking
Obey. Northgate Gonzales Market. Every visit has a...
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Currently cloudy today. High of 79 for Van Nuys, 75 for downtown, 73 for Orange County, and 70s along the coast.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Want to save big on custom Thowwood blinds, shutters, cellular shades, and more? Shop Blindster today and save up to 50% over comparable blinds from brick and mortar stores. Get custom blinds at low prices and free shipping at Blindster.com.
Discover the latest exhibitions at the Peterson Museum. Enjoy 400 of the rarest, most iconic cars of all time. Visit peterson.org.
From the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center, we make it easy.
The Woody Show. All 98.7 Traffic.
Traffic sponsored by KFC's new hot and spicy wings. And there's a big problem in Studio City, northbound 101, between the 134 and Laurel Canyon Boulevard. You got the two left lanes blocked with an accident there. There's going to be stop traffic from Vineland Avenue as you head northbound. This is also affecting westbound 134 as you approach that crash, of course.
Shitty spot.
Also a crash in Sebastopin Park, westbound 10 at the 605. That's on the shoulder. And for Stevenson Ranch, going northbound 5 at Flippine Parkway, it's a crash that's against the center divider. The KFC's new hot and spicy wings for $4.99. 8 wings prepped and spicy marinade for a delicious balance of heat and flavor. Get yours for just $4.99, only at KFC. That's finger looking good. That's your all 98.7 traffic.
Well, we've got another chance to have your rent or mortgage for next month covered.
Nice.
What a show, rent relief coming up again this morning, just after 8 o'clock, right around 8:10. Yesterday was Mindy in North Hollywood, who was the winner. Her rent, $3,000. We're covering that. That opens up some nice space in the budget, especially going into the holiday season. Maybe you want to travel, go see people for Thanksgiving, or some extra gifts. You pay off some debt or whatever. $3,000.
Yes.
Can I enter?
Not bad. No,
Get
work
it.
here.
Get it.
Can't do that. We've also got the Smart and Final gift card to give away again today, thanks to Smart and Final. We're hooking you up with $100 there. Woody Show, local news. And let's get a headline. Closer to home here in the state of California.
Well, tensions can run high at family gatherings. We all know that. But this takes it to the extreme. In El Monte, a family was having a birthday party for a small child. This was Sunday evening, and police were called about a stabbing that happened at the party. And they found a woman in her 40s dead from stab wounds, and the woman's brother says it was her own daughter, who's in her 20s, who was responsible for that stabbing. Police even found blood underneath the happy birthday banner. So crazy. The names of the victim and the daughter suspect, they have not been released, but she has been arrested and is being held on $2 million bail. On to some good news. December 1st, the 405 improvement project is expected to be complete. It's been in the works since 2018. So each side of the 405, between the 605 in Seal Beach and Euclid Street in Fountain Valley, they're going to have a new lane. Plus, express lanes are going to be open between the 605 and the 73. And those express lanes are for solo drivers who pay tolls. They're going to be free for cars with at least 2 occupants during non-peak hours. And they're always free for cars with 3 or more occupants.
So what they don't tell you is that now this wraps up, it gives them a chance to start working on something else.
Exactly.
So the delay
Something else to take 5 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. 5 years.
Yeah, the disruption now will just be in a different part of your commute.
Yeah, it started when I was still working in Fountain Valley.
Try it out and see how it goes.
It was
But
awful.
They always say adding extra lanes really doesn't do anything. It's just people that are just crossing over all the lanes.
Well, because as we see, whenever there's some kind of accident or whatever, man, the CHP loves to shut down the entire direction.
That's true.
There could be 8 lanes, and they'll take all 8 lanes and shut them down.
Yep.
And meanwhile, I see in other states where, there's an accident on the 2 right lanes, right?
Yes.
The other 2 lanes are open, or at least one, the far left lane will still be open to let traffic go through.
Right.
That's crazy.
Here we love throwing out that SIG alert.
Yep.
And just closing the whole damn thing down.
Shut it down.
That's true.
That's what we do.
Well, to use those express lanes, you need one of those fast track transponders and have a valid account. Tolls are going to vary depending on the day of the week and the time of the day. Now, they say, to no surprise, they think Friday afternoons are going to be the most expensive time to use the express lane.
Shocking.
So keep that in mind.
I think the busiest times will be between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. and then again from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m.
And the
You
best
think?
time, 2 a.m. to 3 a.m.
We did an analysis.
Right. And then lastly, Disney now has an official opening date for Pixar Place Hotel, the first ever fully Pixar-themed hotel in the USA. It's going to open January 30th of next year. And they also shared what the new guest rooms are going to look like, so just envision rooms with decor that's inspired by some Pixar movies. Toy Story, The Incredibles, to name a couple.
Speaking of something they've been working on forever, they've been working on this for a long time.
I know. And I always forget about that hotel.
Yeah.
So,
Very
yeah,
nice, yeah.
January 30th. And also, the Great Maple Restaurant. They say it's going to feature upscale comfort food. Think buttermilk fried chicken. Think
I will.
maple bacon donuts. Think
Okay.
maple pecan crusted salmon. That sounds awesome.
Well, that hotel, if you are staying down there, it's the most affordable one out of the 3.
Yeah.
And it's
Grand
also
California
right
is
across the street from the Grand California, so you can walk out of the hotel directly across the street and right into California Adventure. There is an entrance to the park which spits you out over by the little corn dog place over there by that ride that never works, the one that has the big silver things that swing around. You know what I'm talking about? Right next to where Little Mermaid is.
Oh, the swingy ride, yeah.
The swingy ride.
Yep.
Sorry, you said corn dogs? Now I can't answer.
Now I can't concentrate on anything else.
7.1. They're part of Alter Ego. You can get those Capital One card sale, Capital One pre-sale tickets starting at 10. Christ.
Because nobody cares. I'm not listening. Standing on the corner, fucking all like a pumping. I don't wanna waste my time. Don't see society, never fall in line. Waste my time.
It is Alt 98.7. It's LA's new alternative.
The Woody Show. This is The Woody Show.
All right, welcome back, everybody.
Hey.
Tuesday morning trending news headlines with Greg Gorey.
Well, there is some pilot drama, major pilot drama.
Oh my
and then
God,
there's
this
some
is crazy.
flight drama as well. Starting with that pilot drama, this is so scary. An off-duty pilot has been charged with 83 counts of attempted murder after he tried to shut off the engines by pulling the fire extinguisher handles on the engines. This was a Horizon Airlines flight. Horizon is a subsidiary of Alaskan Airlines.
Yeah.
And this happened Sunday on a flight from Everett, Washington to San Francisco. The off-duty pilot was in the cockpit, or the flight deck, as they
jump
call
seat.
it, in the jumper seat, and he pulled the fire extinguisher handles on the engines, and the flight crew managed to jump the guy, subdued him, and then handcuffed him to a seat, and then the flight was diverted to Portland. The guy's name is Joseph David Emerson, now charged with attempted murder, and the FBI is investigating.
Here's some audio from the cockpit radioing in about the whole thing.
We've got the guy that tried to shut the engines down out of the cockpit, and he doesn't sound like he's causing an issue in the back right now. I think he's the dude. Other than that, we want law enforcement soon to get on the ground and park.
Crazy.
Wow.
Number one, how do you say so calm? And number two, why are pilots always that calm? Like whenever they get on the intercom or whatever for the plane, they go,
can't hear them.
It's always that deep breath. Well, folks, from the flight deck.
Hey, folks, this is your captain.
They go, winds are out of the west at 30 miles an hour, and
we got a crazy guy.
This guy was in a jump seat, but in the cockpit with them.
Yeah.
It's a common thing.
There's a jump seat in the cockpit. It's just a little fold down.
And what does pulling whatever he was trying to, that shuts the engine?
Like if there's a fire in the engine,
there's an
you pull
emergency
the fire extinguishers that are built into the engines,
and
it'll kill
basically
the fire,
shuts
but
down
also
the engine.
kill the engine. So like if you have a fire in one engine,
pull it.
You don't have a bigger problem.
And it flames
kill
the engine out.
flame and the fire in the engine, but it'll shut that one down. Now you're flying on one engine. He did that for both engines, trying to shut them both down. And so these guys. Yeah, and so
you can fly on one. They're all designed to fly on one.
I know.
Yeah,
the second engine is literally, sure, symmetry, but
jackass.
God, that's so scary.
Yeah.
I can never hear the pilots. Just like
it's either that
They're
or
like Charlie Brown teachers.
yes.
it's either that where you can't even hear it, or it's at
Can't even hear it.
1,000 decibels.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
piercing your ears.
Oh, I wish I heard that. I can never hear a word they say.
This is why I think murder should be legal. Is where if
Just kill
somebody's
jump seat
messing
guy?
around
Right.
like that,
So
fuck around and find out, man.
you're done, bro.
And then in flight drama, there was a near miss in Portland. A couple of jets came within less than half a mile of each other, and one was an Alaska Airlines flight that left Southern California heading to Portland. The other was a SkyWest plane. It was just taking off, and it was the Alaska plane that aborted the landing when air traffic
Some
control
assholes
told
getting over
them,
with a
"Hey,
trailer."
you're within 1,800 feet of each other,
Yep.
horizontally,
With
and then
no blinkers.
250
Yep.
feet of each other vertically. And in the flying world, that's very close.
I'm sorry, 200
So
feet
that-
vertically? Holy shit, dude!
Yeah, near miss they say is, near collision is when it's within 500 feet.
Oh, okay.
So this is a near miss. FAA investigating what the hell went wrong, or rather, what the hell almost went wrong.
Right.
Hey, Greg, I hate to break it to you, but we just booked another business trip we haven't told you about yet.
Oh, good.
Yeah, get ready.
That's a really long flight.
Excellent. Fantastic.
On a prop plane.
Oh, good.
On a prop
I do
plane.
feel safe for bigger planes, like when we all get envious of celebs who fly private jets, and I think if you're taking a private jet to Europe, it would be way too scary. Taking it domestically, I could maybe handle, but
Bigger planes are safer planes.
They feel that.
He might be able to handle a private plane.
Good thing I got over, huh?
Yeah, he might be able to
not
handle
to
it.
No, but I mean, if somebody handed me the keys and said, "Hey, you own this jet," I would never use it. I would
Really? Oh my
I would,
God.
But you let me use it.
I would only charge you like $50,000 per ride.
Woody, I gotta send this to you. John Travolta, you know, he's like staring at airplanes.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing a tour of the Boeing business jet. It's like basically like a regular jet, but you know, made into a private jet. It is so awesome.
I thought he sold that. He had that big plane.
But no, he was doing like a
He was
tour
just
at
doing a
Boeing
tour.
or something.
Oh, okay.
With Boeing.
He had this giant plane. He took a bunch of Oprah viewers with
That's
Oprah
right, yeah.
on a flight. It was like an old Qantas jet that he bought.
Yeah,
I mean, this giant plane that he owned. But then
It's
parked it in
47.
the front yard.
yeah, and it was like the last flight that he was doing. So he took Oprah and he took a bunch of her viewers. He was the pilot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Took them all to Australia as their pilot.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's
it'd be pretty cool. Like that'd be fun. Like I
That'd be weird.
want to fly any plane. I think it'd be really fun to fly the big stuff.
yeah, especially with
It's more fun to
Travolta.
drive bigger things like big trucks and whatever.
Yeah,
I
that's
love
pretty
doing
fun.
that. I love driving big trucks.
When John
The bigger
Why did
the
you
better.
even touch your
like,
brakes,
dude, remember when you
Mercedes?
did Grease?
Because you're not paying attention?
Yeah, remember that?
It is like that.
Hey, do you remember Look Who's Talking?
Yeah.
Dude?
Yeah.
Remember Swordfish?
Yeah, remember
He
that?
was a pilot in Look Who's Talking.
Oh,
Oh, he
dude.
was?
Yeah.
That's right.
You know what it's like? It's
Yeah.
like, John, remember Saturday Night Fever?
Yeah, dude.
Remember that, dude?
You remember that?
Yeah.
That is what it's like.
Yeah.
A couple more hostages. They've been released from Hamas custody. They arrived at the border between Egypt and Gaza. Those two hostages are both Israeli citizens, both older, by the way, 79 and 85.
I'll be honest, I was surprised they were Israeli citizens. I'm like, I can't imagine they're going to release anybody from
I
Israel.
didn't think anybody.
Yeah, I didn't think they were
releasing
going to
people who were
release
there from other
Israelis.
countries or whatever. But releasing anybody from Israel, I was pleasantly surprised, but I was
Pleasantly,
surprised.
yeah. Last week they released 2 American hostages, a woman and her 17-year-old daughter. I don't know if it's been confirmed, but the latest I heard, there's still 10 American hostages. Meanwhile, the
You just gotta
humanitarian...
wonder, like, what do they get for that? We're always making deals. And remember, like, to get Brittany Griner back, we had to, like, give them that awful dude.
dealer.
Yeah. Like,
Exactly.
like the murder man, or whatever the hell his name was.
Yeah, right.
He had some crazy, like, nickname.
Nuclear assassin or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, exactly. It was like worst man on earth.
Yeah.
That's his
Something like
nickname, yeah.
Right.
So we can get Brittany Griner back.
Right. It was worth it, I think. I'm so happy she's home. We got a lawsuit in the news that's been filed against Panera Bread. Details were just released. It turns out a 21-year-old student at the University of Pennsylvania, Sarah Katz, she had ordered a charged lemonade. And then a few hours later, she was at dinner with some friends. She had a heart attack and died at age 21. Because it turns out these charged lemonades have more caffeine than 3 cans of Red Bull.
Holy
and it
fuck!
also has guarana, which is a stimulant. And Sarah figured this was a plant-based, reasonable beverage. Her college roommate says if she had
charged.
True. But the roommate says if she had known how much caffeine it had, she would have never ordered it. And her family is suing Panera for punitive damages,
And that is a
monetary damages.
shit ton of
As for
caffeine,
Panera,
right?
they just say they're working quickly to investigate the matter.
Yeah, I hope they don't win.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, because like, look, if you're drinking something, taking something, eating something, or whatever, you know, like, and you want to know what's in it or whatever, you can. Like, Panera, of course, is another company where everything they serve, you go on their website and you click on anything, it'll give you the nutritional value of anything they serve. If you're that concerned about it. Now, she might have had, I'm sure, probably sounds just young enough, probably had something that was, triggered by, caffeine. It's
Right.
that she didn't know about. That's not necessarily Panera's fault. If they have an energy beverage or whatever.
Truth.
Yeah, but they don't say anywhere here when they're explaining their drinks just how much caffeine is in it.
They can't put a big billboard on top of everything on the soda fountain or everything at the, on every ketchup packet about, every little thing that's on it. Like, if you are interested, the information's available. It's not,
Where?
and
It's not on Panera's website.
It's called charged whatever.
Yeah, but
It's an energy thing.
Yeah, but I would just think it was
I think
like
just
a Red Bull. I didn't think it would be 3 Red Bulls.
Like
There's
some
real trouble here.
some things are just unfortunate, and it's not necessarily anybody's fault.
Well, this is the type of lawsuit that's going to take years.
Yeah.
And they're going to have to prove that she died from this.
It sucks that she died, and I'm guessing she probably had something, some other condition that she wasn't aware of.
Probably.
21-year-olds don't have heart attacks.
They don't, definitely. All they say is it's the
Not
ultimate
hours
energy
later.
drink guaranteed to charge up your day. That says to me this is like a Red Bull. It's
Right.
powered by clean caffeine. from
Whatever that
guarana and green coffee extract.
Okay, but I'm sure you can go somewhere. They have to have it.
It's not.
They have to say. They have to say how many milligrams of caffeine are in it.
The breakdown of what?
What
Of the
these
drinks.
drinks are.
These charged lemonades.
These charged lemonades.
So there's not like a nutritional value, like the calories.
There's no caloric count
There's no
here.
asterisk, the mega caffeine.
Yeah, Merchant
Did you
of
go
Death
to
was that
their-
douchebag's name, by the way? That we gave up for Brittany Griner. Hey, you want this Merchant of Death? All right, well, you got to give us. Who approved that trend? If I try to do that, like in WNBA 2K or whatever on PlayStation, they would not approve that.
No, not at all.
You know how you can do like trades in some of those sports games?
Yeah.
Even the sports game wouldn't approve that. Like, you know, this is Merchant of Death, right?
Right. Do you understand this, Trey? Do you understand this?
Right.
Let's send out something that sucks, but I think the visual is hilarious. So there's just, in the Russian village of Gorky, a pipe burst at a school, and it sent,
I saw this.
sent a blast of heinous raw sewage
Oh
all
yeah,
over
that was
campus.
so nasty.
Student was,
How is that funny?
the visual is pretty funny. A student was on a bench using his computer. The teacher was standing next to him, leaning against the wall, and all of a sudden,
it goes,
this
kaboom!
burst and
The wall exploded.
high pressure blast.
Yeah.
Covered them head to toe. The kid on the bench was actually knocked over by
not like a thin stream, right?
Oh no, it is an 8-inch fucking.
It's knocking down a wall?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, an 8-inch pump sewage line
I would say
fucking
it's probably
exploded.
At least 2 feet in diameter, and it's just all caca. Just spew it out. Oh, dude, it's great.
It's like Andy Dufresne and the pipe in Shawshank. No word on how they're doing, but hopefully they don't have E. coli. Hopefully they took really long showers. Oh my god.
And acid.
Oh god.
God.
That's what's going
You're
on.
just never gonna get that smell out, you know?
That's a nuclear shower that you need.
There you go.
We got some more Woody Show next. Thanks.
The Woody Show. All 98.7. LA's new alternative.
Bank of America is the proud employer of over 210,000 teammates who go above and beyond to support their clients' financial goals. Like Emily, who helps clients create a plan to build the future they want, like a wedding, having kids, or retirement. All real achievements her clients have shared photos of. For all your financial goals, we're here to listen and help. What would you like the power to do? Learn more at bankofamerica.com/about. Bank of America NA, member FDIC, equal credit opportunity lender.
Help keep our communities safe and healthy during National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, October 28th. Find a collection site near you at deatakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent drug misuse before it starts.
Wow, you pulled this Halloween party together fast.
I just needed 30 minutes to swap vinyl. They had everything. 1 pound packages of strawberries are $1.99 each with digital coupon. Did I get too much candy?
There's no such thing.
Smart vinyl. 1 trip and that's it.
Hey, if you're thinking about getting the latest iPhone, check this out. With Boost Infinite, you get the latest iPhone every year and unlimited wireless for just $60 a month. Yeah, you get the new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium. Then again, next year you get the latest iPhone. Every year. Boost Infinite. Infinitely better. To learn more, pick up your phone, dial pound 250 and say Boost Infinite. That's pound 250 and say Boost Infinite. Terms apply. After 30 gigabytes, service may be slow. Receive a comparable iPhone model each year with an acceptable trade-in every year. Requires credit qualification and 36-month phone financing agreement. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
BMO has officially arrived. Our correspondent is on the scene.
Thanks, Tom. I'm live at BMO, where everyone is buzzing about their highly rated mobile banking.
Can't put a price on convenience, Janet, but do we really need another big bank?
BMO helps people make the most of their money, Tom. How many banks do you know where you can earn a cash reward for saving every month?
I don't recall agreeing to this interview, Janet, but you make a good point. For more on this developing story, visit BMO.com.
This is new.
Conditions apply. Accounts are subject to
/ old.
BMO Bank NA, member FDIC.
Hey, nacho fries are back at Taco Bell, and there's even more fries to love. But they're not going to hang around forever, so don't wait. Or you might miss out on these hot, crisp fries.
You guys are the worst.
Old Mexican spicy,
Hate you guys.
delicious nacho cheese sauce. Or wait and just settle for flavorless fries. Regular, bland, spiceless, flavorless, flimsy, non-nacho fries.
What are you doing?
Just an absolute
Pick a lane, bro.
fry. Nacho fries are back. Get them today, only at Taco Bell. And participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only while supplies last. Contact local store for hours and participation with fair.
Hey, what's going on? It's Kristen Limon. Do you want to be a registered nurse?
At the Marshall First School of Nursing, you can get the education and training you need to earn your associate's degree and become an RN.
Dumbass.
You can even earn your BSN.
Fucking right
New
click
classes
is
are
still
enrolling
on.
now in Glendale, West Covina.
I can't tell you the last Uber I've been in that didn't have a check engine light on it, and that thing drives fine. Check engine light's flashing, every other light's going, and we're still driving around. But in movies, these things
They
die.
die in a remote area.
All right, there's no cell service. Another big scenario. What is the next move at this point? You're with a group of friends, car dies.
And you said it's at night?
It's at night. Of course, it's at night. It's always
Okay,
at
well,
night.
if it's at night, I'm not walking anywhere in the nighttime. So I'm probably just going to take a little snooze in my car, and I'm going to wait for the morning, and then in the morning, I will go walk to find
So
someone.
you sleep in the car?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
you're-
nighttime. I'm sleepy.
Sitting duck.
Yeah, you're dead. Allie's dead in the car.
Allie's
Omar,
dead.
What do you do?
As a group, you know, you got to rally and, you know, walk as a group somewhere and try to find help.
Okay, but
Maybe get the tire iron.
Stay together. Stay together, though. That's the
you gotta
key.
stay together,
The biggest mistake all these people make is the
No,
whole
you
split up
divide
thing.
and conquer.
You know, Allie's gonna
Divide
stay
and
down,
conquer.
so you
No, no,
go,
no.
and you
That
stay
is
in
the
car.
other way. They divide you up and conquer you.
We
And I
agree.
will protect it.
That bitch is dead. That's what they think. Jake, what's your scenario?
Yeah, I think you walk your group until you find cell service and call AAA.
Call AAA.
AAA.
No one's called AAA in a horror movie.
That's actually would make a lot of sense. These movies would all be over in 30 minutes.
You just said roadside assistance.
Yeah, no one
For
really
God's
thinks about
sake.
that. Well, there you go. Live forever with that AAA.
DCCU.com.
Local music, local food, and a local cause. Join Alzheimer's LA in celebrating the 3rd annual Making Memories Festival on Sunday, November 12th at the LA State Historic Park. Enjoy performances by Grammy Award-winning LA icons Ozo Motley, appearing with J-Rock, Bo Gree and the Apocalypse, La Misa Negra, and DJ Mona Lisa. Tickets are on sale now. Buy yours today at alzheimersla.org/makingmemories.
To some, this might sound like a typical family dog. But at Dog Chow, we know that for veterans suffering from PTSD, this could be the sound of life-saving therapy.
Thanks, Betty.
That's why we've made it our mission to connect every military hero in need with a canine hero of their own. To learn about the simple ways you can help Dog Chow in our mission, visit dogchow.com/veterans.
Join us at Odyssey as we all do our one thing. Together millions of things for our planet. After Halloween this year, don't throw out your jack-o'-lantern. Use it to start composting instead.